Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Wellness Blueprints. I'm Jess Milner. So glad you're here to nourish your roots with me. I'm a master nutritionist, quantum energy healer, and functional blood work specialist. And every once in a while, I got to dust off my master nutritionist hat and do an episode on that because a question comes up. And today is one of those days. So there's been lots of discussion lately. And so I've got some notes here because I didn't want to forget to say anything. But lately, we seem to be a little bit fuzzy on what nutrition actually means. Okay. So this week's question seems to be, is soda nutritious? Is this something that is needed as part of a healthy diet? So I really want to dig into this and talk about this from an objective standpoint. Okay. We're going to be talking about the science and stuff here, like what's going on with your body. Okay. Because it's just, emotions are liars. So can it be enjoyed? Yeah, absolutely. Is it nourishing? No, no. And those are two very different questions. So, first of all, what is nutrition? All right. Nutrition is the process of providing your body with substances that it can use to do things like repair and build and regulate and maintain your health. Okay. That's what nutrition does. Okay. What nutrition is not just calories. Nutrition is not something that you just digest, and it's not something that keeps you alive. Okay. That's not nutrition. So, a food or like a soda can contain compounds that your body recognizes and still not be considered nourishing because this has been a thing. Oh, look, there's minerals in it. There's sugar in it. There's a few trace minerals in there. Look, sugar, look, minerals, yay. But nutrition is not just what's listed on that label. It's what your body can actually use to do those things, to build, repair, to regulate and maintain your health and thrive. Okay. That is what nutrition is. Okay. So the nutrition facts are there and they're listed there, but there's way more to it. Okay. So, all right. Let's talk a little more about why. All right, soda is not really considered nutritious, okay? And yes, it contains nutrients, but that doesn't mean that it's nutritious, okay? So why? All right, pretty much every last calorie that is in a soda is coming from added sugar, and it's liquid sugar. It's liquid sugar that was probably made by in a factory. It's not even like cane sugar. Sometimes there is, those things exist, or it's artificial sweeteners. But the thing is, it doesn't provide any of the fiber or there's no protein. There's no healthy fats. There's vitamins and minerals are not really there. Nothing that's meaningful that's going to contribute to your nutritional daily needs. Nothing that's going to be used. It's not promoting satiety, okay? And it's adding in calories. It's not helping you feel full. And that insulin spike, that blood sugar spike when you drink it is going to make you crash. You go up the roller coaster and back down. So it's probably going to be contributing to why you're a hangry bitch later. So, can you survive while you're drinking it? Yeah, but you're not going to thrive on it. Okay. So soda in no way does soda feed your gut. It does not feed your gut microbiome in a good way. It is not supporting that. It does not support tissue repair. It does not support your hormones or the production of your hormones or the regulation of your hormones. And it does not support any kind of immune system function whatsoever. Okay. So it's not doing any of those things that you would want something that is nutritious and actually nourishing your body to actually do. It's big fat not doing that. Okay. So I mentioned a little bit about sugar, blood sugar, this is liquid sugar. It's absorbed very, very quickly because there's no fiber or anything else to slow it down. All right. So this is going to lead to that rapid rise in glucose. Now, when this is done constantly every single day, oh, I have soda multiple times. This is going to contribute to and lead to metabolic disorders. It will help to lead to insulin resistance. It is part of a really big problem in our country. This one item seems to be a major contribution to it, and it's yummy, right? So, but this large insulin response, you don't see that when you have fruit, even fruits and stuff that are high in sugar and everything. You do have people out there telling you to watch your fruit sugars and stuff if you're losing weight. There's a few instances where I might tell somebody that's a good thing to do when they're trying to cut back on for weight purposes. But fruit's not going to spike your glucose in the same way, because it does have fiber and water and all of these other components that work synergistically in your body to provide good things to your body from eating that fruit. So, if there's really, there's nothing else going on in there aside from that blood sugar spike there. Okay. So, there's something to be said, between like chronic versus occasional, so, like they say things in moderation. All right. So, like, like I said, I don't like to demonize things. One soda is not going to create insulin resistance, just like having a fantastically healthy salad with a wonderful steak on top of it for lunch does not make you automatically healthy or automatically skinny. Yay, am I healthy yet because I ate a salad for lunch? No, you're not. That's not that's not how this works. That's not how your body works. But what does matter is what we repeatedly ask our body to do. So if we are repeatedly giving our body that's the salad and the steak and things like that, it's going to be able to use that to do insert all these things here that your body needs to be doing. Okay. But soda every single day, asking it to do that every single day, that is going to lead to different issues. It's not going to nourish, and it's probably going to create more issues. Okay, so it's definitely not going to nourish you, and it's most likely going to contribute to other issues. Okay, if it's like a daily consumption thing. All right, so one of the points that I've seen mentioned about this is that, that there's an emergency use for this sort of thing. Okay, yes, there is. However, that should not be confused with daily nourishment because it's still not providing nourishment. Okay. You can raise blood sugar quickly. And it's certain, like, if you are a type 1 diabetic or you have other low blood sugar issues, that kind of rapid absorption can be really useful. It's probably not the only thing available. It's not going to be the only choice. Like if I don't drink this soda, I will die right now. It's very unlikely that the only thing around is a soda. However, it's going to get the job done. But that doesn't mean it's nourishing the body. Okay. It's helping a problem that's going on because something, so having like a medical use like that in a specific circumstance, it doesn't automatically make it nourishing. Okay. So it's useful in that instance, but that's still, I'm going to say it again, does not make it a nutrient dense food that is going to nourish your body and help it do anything that it needs to do. Okay. It got you out of that blood sugar tank. Okay. You were in a dangerous spot. It got you out of there. But it's not even like the most optimal thing to choose, but it's going to do the damn trick. So, let's not confuse that. Let's not confuse emergency use with like daily nutrition because they're not the same thing at all. Okay. I didn't say it was bad and you can't ever do that. Like I said, I don't like to demonize foods because it just gives us like this, this negative thing, like, oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I ate the cake. I ate the cake. I'm so bad. No, you're not bad. You enjoyed some cake and that's okay. You're human. You're allowed to enjoy cake. I love Rice Krispie treats, man, but they are not like a cornerstone of my nutrition. I don't eat them all that often. They are a treat. Okay. And like I'm not over here telling you can't eat certain foods. I'm over here telling you like tacos are not bad for you. You can eat better. You could do this. Okay. So I'm definitely not saying that you can't enjoy soda, but we also don't need to pretend that, everything is equally nourishing. Just because you enjoy something does not mean that it is nourishing. Okay. It's not going to necessarily nourish you. Your taste buds and your cells are not always asking for the same thing. Okay. So you might be like, oh, my taste buds, I'm really craving this. Your cells probably don't want it. Just like your emotions are liars. You're going to get cravings and they're going to be liars too. And the thing is, health isn't about perfection, but it certainly does require honesty. And I'm being freaking honest with you here, because like if you think of your body as like building a house, right? Calories are, they're energy. They're the workers. They're bringing in this energy. Okay. So here they go. They roll up to the job. We're here. We got the energy. Woo. And then the nutrients are the things like, the lumber and the nails and the plumbing and the bricks and like all these building materials. So, if the energy keeps showing up, the workers are there every day, but there's no building materials, there's really not going to be anything for the workers to do and build. So they're going to go off and find something else to do. And it's probably not going to be anything that your body or your house needs to be done. Okay. So health is not about perfection, but it requires honesty. So this is the honest truth there. All right. And just because something isn't going to hurt you right now today doesn't mean that it's going to help you tomorrow. All right. And there's a distinction there. So, that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy something that's not necessarily good for you. Okay. You can. But to try and argue that it has a place in a nutritious diet and it is doing something beneficial for the body and giving you nutrition is that's not accurate. That is not accurate information. So, and I mean, nutrition does not need to be extreme. Okay. Enjoy what you want to, even the things that are bad, enjoy them from time to time if you enjoy them. But don't confuse things. Like when you say I enjoy this, that does not mean my body needs this. Just because you really like something doesn't mean your body needs it. I really like Rice Krispie treats. My body does not need them. Okay. My body is not like, hey, don't give me this. I'm going to keel over right now. No, but my body does not need that. Okay. And they're just two completely different conversations. So is soda nutritious? No, it is not. It is not needed in anyone's diet anywhere. No one needs to drink soda to survive. Um, it does not need to be part of anybody's diet. That doesn't make it a terrible thing. That doesn't mean that we can never have it. But is it nutritious? No. And any nutrition professional out there who's trying to argue otherwise, I don't know what they're grasping at and who they're trying to please, but they have really fallen away from the objective facts of what goes on in your body once you consume something, because it's not going to give you any nutrients. All right. That's just the science of it. That's just the objective facts behind it. Not going to do it. So share this with anybody who might be a little bit confused. Enjoy soda if you really want to. Okay. And if you don't drink soda, awesome for you too. Yes, there are healthier ones out there. They still are not nutritious. Okay. Like the poppies and the Olipop and stuff like that. I enjoy them myself. Yeah. They even got a little bit of probiotic in them, but not enough to actually do anything with your gut. Okay. So like I wouldn't depend on it for your gut is what I'm saying. All right. So, sodas are sodas. They are a treat. They can be enjoyed. Some are better choices than others. Make the best choice for you, for your body, and for your family. Just don't try to tell me that your soda is nutritious. Okay. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Love you guys. Have a great week.